Yo, let's get into some real talk today. Some of you will do everything at the piano except memorize a freaking song, and then you wonder why you're never getting better. Some of you are constantly on YouTube looking up crazy chords with all these extensions, a sharp 15, flat 9, sharp 17, whatever made up fake chord that Jacob Collier invented. Or you're trying to learn these like hyper chromatic minor scales, or this song, like learn this like crazy harmony, crazy rhythm, crazy scale, whatever. And all you need to do is frickin' really learn how to play Autumn Leaves or Amazing Grace or frickin' Firework by Katy Perry. The secret to really getting good at music comes in learning the music. A lot of people are just trying to, if you listen carefully, if you're one of these people, if you're trying to just like improvise at the piano and learn how to play piano, but you're not building a library of repertoire, you're not creating a list of songs that you can say, I can confidently play this song. I can confidently play the melody. I can confidently play the chords. I can confidently improvise over the chords. I could play this with other people in different settings. You're stunting your growth. You're shooting yourself in the foot. I just want to take some time today to talk about why memorization is so important. And if you're scared of it, your limiting beliefs around it are BS. I guarantee you, you can memorize music. You're just telling yourself you can't, or that it's not important. Memorizing music is important because there's really a finite number of ways in which chords go. If you're into jazz at all, you've heard about this boy, our good old 2-5-1, right? And you might know, I need to learn all my 2-5-1s. Well, if you just freaking get after it and memorize 50 songs, you're going to know a bunch of 2-5-1s. Maybe you might not know all of them in those 50 songs, but you'll have played your 2-5-1 in C like 100 freaking times, your 2-5-1 in F 100 times, your 2-5-1 in B flat 100 times. Probably play it in some weird keys. Maybe you have a 2-5-1 in E in those 50 songs, or a 2-5-1 in G. Maybe you have a 2-5-1 in C minor. I can whip all those out, not only because I've worked on them, but I've played songs with all of those progressions in them. I've played Take the A Train, that is 2-5-1 in C. I've played Autumn Leaves as 2-5-1 in B flat. There Will Never Be Another You as 2-5-1 in E flat. Blue Bossa, minor 2-5-1 in C. Softly as a Morning Sunrise, same thing, minor 2-5-1 in C. I've played all these chord progressions in all these songs. There really is a finite number of ways in which chords move through songs. So if you learn songs, that's like the fastest track to go from I don't understand this thing to I can execute this thing in time. Another reason to learn songs is that it gives you kind of a benchmark. You can say, okay, I know 0 songs. Well, I don't have a lot I can do. Once you know one song, you can start to build things on that song. I have a student who's working on There Will Never Be Another You right now. And he's got to the point where he can play the melody and he can play the chords, but he's kind of struggling to like solo with conviction over it. So I've got him doing an exercise that I have in another video, just playing the first 3 notes of each chord. I mean, how many chords are there in this song? That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. First half, there's like 14 chords in it. So if he gets those, he's already gotten fluency in those chords. When I'm talking to him about an E flat major 7 chord, because he's worked on There Will Never Be Another You for like a month and a half, he can picture an E flat major in his mind. When I say, try this voicing an E flat major 7, he's not like, wait, what's E flat again? It's like, no, he's worked on this song that has E flat in it for a while, so his fingers know how to find a couple versions of it very quickly. And when I show him something new over that, it clicks. Also, when he goes to work on another song, all those chords, all that vocabulary, all that stuff he learned on this song is going to help translate into that next song. I'm passionate about this because a lot of people just want to skip this. They want to say, I want to play my own music, or I just want to improvise. Look, I just want to improvise. I just want to play my own music. I tour the country playing original music. I don't really play covers that much anymore. I don't play jazz standards that much anymore. But I'm able to write original music and shred on original music and generate original improvised music instantly because I've spent so much time learning so much of other people's music. Think about it this way. If you were a chef and you wanted to get if you were an aspiring chef, you wanted to make amazing recipes that people loved. You wanted to be able to have a set of ingredients and say, ooh, I can whip up this with this, or I can make this, and improvise recipes. Don't you think the best place to start would be to learn recipes that amazing chefs have come up with in the past? If you handed me, I'm not a great cook. I can only cook a couple things. And if you handed me a bunch of ingredients, I would probably just make some tacos or something. I wouldn't really know what to do. But somebody who's made hundreds or thousands of different meals could probably improvise something together that would blow your mind, that would have a memorable impact on you. Same thing with going to the gym. It's like if you're a newbie at the gym, are you going to try and improvise your own exercises, or are you going to start with the exercises that other people have come up with that are guaranteed to work? Are you going to say, ooh, I'm going to pick up these dumbbells and try this crazy compound movement? Or are you going to go, okay, I'm going to just do the simple movement that I see other people do until I have some foundation, until I understand actually what muscles I'm working, I've seen growth in those muscles, and I can see how I can take that to the next level. It's the same thing at the piano. Take a song and learn it. If you're sitting here and going, that's great, Danny, but I don't know how to memorize music. I can't do that. I want you to, first of all, just understand that thoughts should always be challenged, and that belief you have can be thrown away today if you want to throw it away. So, first, just freaking throw it away, bro. But if you're not ready to throw it away, I want to show you that you do have a lot of stuff memorized. And hopefully show you that because you can memorize English and numbers and many other things, you can memorize music. So let's just jump into it. You probably have your phone number memorized. You probably have your social security number memorized. You probably have your address memorized. You might even have the address of your work or your friend's house or your significant other's house memorized. You probably have some other numbers memorized, like possibly an ID if you're at a school, if you need an ID number for that, or an ID number for your work. And then even think about any media you consume. You have characters' names to TV shows memorized. I play some video games. I used to play League of Legends. I could tell you still, even without playing it, I could tell you what a bunch of the characters' names are, what their moves were. I could tell you the character Annie, her Q was a little fireball thing, and her W was like a fire blast thing. Her R, she summoned Tibbers the big bear. Her E was a shield. Doesn't matter what that is, but I have that memorized. I have a ton of information in my brain. I have the names of my high school teachers memorized and my friends from high school memorized. All sorts of stuff. I have different directions to different places memorized. Even though I use a GPS almost everywhere I go, I have some of them memorized. We actually have the capacity to know a lot of things. And if you are saying, yeah, but I can't memorize music, you probably just aren't making your time scale long enough. If you've never memorized music, you probably can't memorize a song in an hour or a day. Try to spend a week or 2 weeks or a month with a song. Play the song 10 times in a row, and then sleep on it. Then play it 10 times in a row the next day. Then listen to it, then sleep on it, then play it again, then play it with a friend. Play the song with your eyes closed and just play it over and over again until you have it in your fingers and in your bones. Sing the song. If you play another instrument, pluck it out on a different instrument. Pick up a guitar and try and figure it out. I'm intense right now because I just want to impress on you the importance of memorizing music, and I work with so many piano players who just want to skip this, who just want to jump right to improvising or right to writing songs. And the truth is you can improvise, you can write songs even without having music memorized. But if you memorize music, if you dig into the music other people have made that works and get it under your fingers and get intimate with it, it's going to give you fuel to be able to write your own music and improvise with. It's like I did the chef analogy, the gym analogy, one more analogy. If you want to write a book, don't you think you should read a lot of books? Let's say you want to be a fantasy author. If somebody said to me, Danny, I want to be a fantasy author, I would probably say to them, have you read Lord of the Rings? And if they said no, I'd say, well, like, that's widely considered to be the best fantasy series of all time. So don't you think you should read that before you try and write your own? And on top of that, not just that, but read 100 other books like that. All right, I think I've made my point. Commit to memorizing something. Give yourself 2 weeks to memorize a song. Spend 2 weeks seriously trying to memorize it. Take the sheet music away and work on digging in and uncovering all the secrets you can of the song, and watch how over the course of a few months, where if you do 2 weeks on one song, 2 weeks on another song, 2 weeks on another song, once you have 5 or 10 or 20 songs you feel confident on, watch how it transforms your playing. Thanks for checking out the video. You know what to do. Like and subscribe, drop a comment, and check out my Patreon so you can dig in how you can get deeper into harmony, how you can memorize music, and how you can work with me in a one-on-one setting. Happy practicing.